Hi there, you lovely lot, and welcome to the latest episode of Pat's Procrastination, brought to you by the Pat's Propaganda YouTube channel. Here we are, folks, episode 82. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and all that jazz. As usual, I'm Clazzy Clare. He's Chudders, looking super festive. We have brought you on Christmas Eve a special treat. Us. Well, him. Anyway, fan favourite over there. So, Chudders, how are things with you?
Drake May slays.
Oh.
Yeah. No, you
How
don't
long
like
did that one take you?
About 3 seconds, actually. I genuinely thought of it during the introduction.
I'm quite glad.
Although I'm sure I'm not the first, so it's not a problem.
It's not what.
How good was that, Claire? How good was that? How good was that, Claire?
Mostly. Although the beginning of the game, I'm assuming we should let the folks know that we're talking about the 28-24 win over the Ravens on Sunday. Yeah. Beginning, not so great. And I just would like to make a point of us overthinkers don't want constant reassurance. We want consistent behavior so that our brains can stop predicting unrest. Quote that I recently found I wanted to put out there, because yes, folks, it's just we like the consistency of the behavior, and the start of that game was not, although it was consistent, of not so great behavior by the defense, which I'm sure we will discuss sooner rather than later. But it's a win, and the Patriots are 12-3, which actually ultimately means, personally for me, that I am really due to be in receipt of a considerable amount of sandwiches from a particular co-host. So he kind of owes plenty right
Yeah,
about
no, you've won the sandwiches this year. That's fair. You'll have all the sandwiches. I don't think I'll have any this year.
Oh, I don't know about that. That sounds a bit unfair, really. I'm sure there's one there somewhere.
I can't remember what all our gambles were, to be honest. But I know wins and division position I'm gonna lose, but
yeah, I had 10 or more wins. You had the under. Second in the division or higher, I had. There were plenty, actually. People are sitting there going, look, we're not watching you to find out what
exactly
your bets were, folks.
So
we'll move it along.
What pleased you about the game on Sunday, Claire?
What was on my good list? On my good list was...
Should we make it, as we're in the festive period, rather than a good and a bad list, should we make it a naughty and a nice list?
We could.
What was nice, Claire?
What was nice? Then again, naughty can be nice. So I think I want to stick with the good and the bad, to be honest. Hollins. Also, again, he keeps hitting my list. I think he might be one of my favourites. Matt Collins climbing the ladder. That dude can snatch the ball out so far.
He's got a massive radius, hasn't he?
It's ridiculous.
Like you say, he goes high and then sort of high points just snags these balls right up high.
Totally. It's really cool. And it's like I really have to eat crow, because I didn't want him or Stefan Diggs, and it was no reflection on their ability. I mean, it was never a reflection. I'm sure that I prefaced this, but it was never a reflection on their ability. It was not a negative on anything that they do on the field. It was the fact that they were built, and I was struggling to get over that, but I think I might be over it now. So that's what you do. I kind of you just be nice to me and I'll get over it.
Be nice to me and I'll get over it. Okay.
It's the festive holidays, Chudders.
I think someone's been on the eggnog, yeah.
To be fair, there's coffee in my cup that probably shouldn't be, but no. So yes, Hollins climbing the ladder, and also Stevenson being the running back, not only stepping up and keeping his ball security and that kind of jam. He was kind of like the running back, and I think that was a lot of pressure, considering the Patriots are, were evolving their run game to, over the season, I think they've sort of depended on their run game a bit more. It's increased. And to unfortunately be down to pretty much one running back was tough. And I think he really held his own and he really stepped up and whilst not underrated player of the game, because I don't know how you can be underrated when you're that successful, maybe. He definitely gets like my gold star because it's Christmas. So Stevenson definitely gets my gold star this game.
He was my underrated player of the day, to be fair. 78 yards, all-purpose, receiving and running, and some key ones in there. Obviously, the go-ahead touchdown, with Henderson going out injured and now in concussion protocol. It's time for him to step back up again. Everyone thought, okay, brilliant. Henderson's on the scene now. He's on your number one. We're all good going forward. Now he's out. Back to Stevenson. Come on, prove yourself. Don't turn it over. Like you say, ball retention, ball security. Be that man. Be him.
Be the guy. Do it.
Be the guy.
Indeed. Just be the guy.
So what did you think of our two quarterbacks then? With Mapu? Well...
Are you moving on to the naughty, the bad list already?
I'm not putting him on a bad list for that, but it was amusing, wasn't it? Go on with your goods.
Do you not have any goods?
No, I have. So
are you that curmudgeon-y that you don't want to do
I have
any goods?
The question I was going to have with you was Hunter Henry. I assume is on your good list.
Actually, technically, he's not on my good list. He's not bad, but he wasn't on my good list. You can't make the good list just for getting a touchdown. However, he did get a pretty good touchdown. And I've got notes and I've put throws the guy to the floor.
Okay.
Oh la la. And I'm like, was that Hunter? Because I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm being very raw here, folks. That is literally what you should see what I wrote about Ashby, the
Go on. Snapper. What did you write about Ashby the long snapper?
Oh, I got Ashby with the slam to the floor. Sexy.
Oh, right.
He slammed number 83 for the Ravens. That's all I've got down. Sorry, folks, I haven't checked up on who that was. But yeah, he slammed someone to the floor in the third quarter, towards the beginning of the third quarter. And I wrote sexy. Because as you can tell, folks, Claire likes physical football.
and there we have it, guys. You won't find that in Iron Eagle's commentary or in Adam Schefter's analysis or Paul Perillo's column. Sexy. No. A sexy slam.
Sorry, folks. But yeah. Hunter throws the guy to the floor. Ooh la la. Yeah, and I actually thought I could make it worse. Let's make it work for me, folks. I actually put a delicious throw and catch from May to Hooper.
So we've got delicious, ooh la la, and sexy.
Yeah.
'Tis the season to be festive.
'Tis the season to be jolly. Bring plenty of joy. And all that jazz.
Wow. So what adjective did you put on the Williams catch for touchdown?
Don't have one.
That was sorry. That was precision. That was beautiful. That was perfect. That was all the adjectives, really.
Oh, now that's beautiful, right? We get it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have that, in all fairness. My bad. Sorry. So have you got
Well,
yeah, too much coffee this morning.
Back to Hunter Henry. The reason I asked, he had a solid game, but he did have yet another drop.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know.
That at the time, I think that the Ravens had just scored, or maybe it was the first drive. Anyway, I think I'm fairly certain it was Pat's first drive, and you thought, beautiful, take it in the end zone, and no, he just dropped it.
Not everybody. No, I'm not going to finish that sentence. Never mind. Yeah.
It's concerning because he's had a few of those. He's had a few of those now this season.
So yeah, but
So a relative easy. It's not even like you're asking, your big tight end to go up 7 foot in the air or whatever, or the relative in the bread baskets, and he's just hands have failed him.
But you really need to walk a fine line here, because whenever anybody hits a tight end really hard, I find myself tensing,
saying "ooh la la."
No, whenever it takes a hard hit on Hunter, you will find if there was a camera on me, which fortunately there isn't when we're watching the game.
Maybe you should start streaming your reactions.
No. But you will find, particularly if a tight end takes a hard hit, one of our tight ends, you'll find that I'm small, so I would do no damage really. But I'm just like ready.
Like a bowling ball.
Oh, thanks. That's a really flattering analogy.
No,
I'm small and round and heavy. Great. That's exactly what I wanted.
And shiny.
Thanks.
Polished.
For the compliment. Yeah, no, you aren't saving it. I'd move along if I was you. That's really a mean one.
I'm Belschnickel. That's my role.
Charming.
Okay. Anyone else on your good list? How do you think the offensive line?
I had Diggs because Diggs was good. Oh, I did have Bradbury, but more because of him getting the Good Guy Media Award. I love that.
Okay.
That was obviously an off-field, non-game related on my good list, because I told you at the beginning of the season that he would be this. I think I did preface it with this is a breakout season for him. Whilst that is pushing it a bit for an O-lineman, I was very complimentary about him, and I feel like I really feel like I deserve a sandwich for that one as well, especially after the bowling ball comment.
I don't know if he's been a breakout season. I think
but he's been really good.
He's been good.
What do you reckon, folks? I'm going to throw this out to our listeners. If anybody's listening today, because they've probably caught sight of this and thought, oh my God, what is this chaos today? Claire's on too much caffeine for a start, and Chudders is being extra mean. So answer in the comments, please, people, or on the tweet, post, X, Twitter, whatever this is.
Twix.
What do you reckon? Yeah, your Twix. What do you reckon, folks? Does Clazzy Clare deserve a sandwich for her Bradbury positive prediction? Does Chudders owe Claire yet another sandwich?
Well, no.
Because now
you? Yeah. Now you've just changed the parameters. Because I'm positive on Bradbury. You said he's going to have a breakout season. My argument back is I don't think this is necessarily a breakout season.
It's too late. We've put it out there. Folks can vote.
It's going to cheat on that one. Cheat to win. Okay.
What do you think, folks? Does Claire deserve a sandwich for her Bradbury take, especially after the bowling ball comment?
Or do I deserve a sandwich for my bowling ball comment? Let's see how many supporters we have out there.
Now it's Christmas and we're gonna get hate thrown at Clazzy Clare. Wonderful.
No, it'll be hate thrown at Chudders, to be fair, because they'll all support you. I very much
doubt it. When you're the fan favorite,
they won't be bowling
on the
fans.
Show,
it's fine.
Wow, this is took a turn. Wonder how we're gonna mosey into.
So come on,
Procrastination might have been cancelled.
Elephant in the room. That's not another joke. Drake May, then. I assume he's going on the good list.
He's not on my good list, actually.
Okay. He's on my good list.
That's fair.
Because he put the team on his back and marched down the field in the fourth quarter to drag out that win.
Let me preface this by he's not on my bad list or anything. He just wasn't a name I noted.
He's on your meh list, is he?
No, I don't have a Met list. Unlike you, I actually have a proper positive emotion.
He obviously wasn't perfect, and the Pats didn't have a great start to the game.
Yeah, it wasn't that he was Met. It was just
he was phenomenal at the end of the game. He won that game almost on his own. I know he needed the help. That's a silly statement to make, but he just was precision in his passing, marching down the field. Couldn't stop him.
It's nice to know something floats your boat this time of year.
Exactly. It didn't please you.
Yes, it did. No, you were quite right. It's just he didn't. Some of it is probably because he has been so good recently that I was trying to pick out other things that was like on the good list, I guess. But no, that doesn't mean he was on my meh list, regardless of what you throw out there. And he obviously wasn't on my bad list. And I'm not saying that he wasn't good. I agree with you. It's just I hadn't wrote him on my list. I'm just being honest. That's what you get from me, folks. You just
be
get
honest on your list.
You get 100%. There's no 40% nothing. You get all or you get nothing.
There we go.
That's how it is. So, do you have a ridiculous
any on D's that made your good list?
D's? Just chased on at the end, so I didn't feel like I felt like we could do the good list was enough to have to put just like teeny tiny specifics. It feels like when we go to those teeny tiny specific plays, that's what we had to do last season when we were like 4 and 12. It was like, oh my gosh, just take out that 2-second thing and put it on the good list because there's nothing else. So now trying to evolve into, for our listeners, to be like not just that, oh, he had that one good play and then 3 drops. Not that anybody did, but you see my point. So yeah, I'm trying to move away from that. Although because they didn't start great either, did they, the defense? So I'm guessing that some of that's going to be on my bad list.
So
naughty D.
How are you weighing up this game with because I don't think it's black and white or one or the other, and you could say there's a mix of each, but how much are you weighing it to this was a good win, this was a team that technically aren't eliminated yet, but realistically they probably are because Steelers just need to win one game and they're playing the Browns this week to eliminate Baltimore. But this was a team fighting hard. They've got, a 2-time MVP leading them. They've got an all-star running back. Like, this was a really good win on the road. Versus the Ravens have not been that great this year. Lamar got injured. They, for some reason, seem to almost bench Derrick Henry when the game was on the line at the end and not give him any touches. So it's sort of not a win with an asterisk, but it's like, is it not actually that big a win as it feels on paper?
I was going to say, before you finish like the last sentence, does it not feel as big on paper? I was going to say it's like both. It was a good win on the road, but the Ravens are also got issues. But every team in the NFL's got issues. So here, there, everywhere. Nobody is completely dominant. Nobody's completely perfect. There's a couple of some very submissive teams, but yeah. But no, for me, to answer that question, it's both. Particularly after like you said, Drake May pulled it out at the end and the defense started not so great. So it's like, well, the D started not so great. So then you can put it in the latter column, but then, they pulled it all together and they pulled out a win. So you can put it in that column. So definitely going to go with both. And I really need to stop having coffee in the morning before shows. People are going to have to slow down this to understand what I'm saying.
I don't think so. It's obviously right that I think it's a bit of both. I think.
I'm right. Oh, thank you so much.
I do think this isn't a 4 guns blazing, high-powered team. So, and I think that's how a lot of your opponents are going to view this. I guess going into the postseason is that whilst this is a very good win for the Pats, I think also it's a very good win for the Pats having lost last week. If you'd have lost this week, 2 on the bounce, potentially limping into the postseason or possibly even giving up the division title that you obviously have almost penciled in that you're going to win this now, there would have been a big deflation of feeling. They've avoided that. You'd like to think they're going to win their last 2 games now. You broke that streak. You're hopefully going to get the confidence back, and you can time that right going into the postseason with whatever seed you end up being. And so from that perspective, it was a good win. I do think it comes with a few caveats of you didn't beat a great Ravens team, either for the season or even on the day with the absentees that they ended up having. You only beat what's in front of you, and they beat them. They got down, and they got up again. They were never going to keep them down. No? You're not keen on that one. I thought it was very good. I was very pleased. I was buzzing. You could see from the locker room and they're making a thing of this Road Warriors, which almost then worries you. Do you want to be the number 1 seed and play all your games at home if they're going? Not that you want to drop down and not win the division and play all your games, try and get the 7th seed, but some games that, maybe if you do finish the 2nd seed and you're potentially having to go into Denver, then hey, we're Road Warriors. This is what we do. Is the way they'll be approaching that.
Maybe. Do you have anything on your bad list?
It wasn't a good start. Which is strange because obviously you had almost the opposite the week before. You had a phenomenal first half. You thought, brilliant, here we are, bang, bang, bang. And then they fell away in the second half and it almost felt the opposite. Got down 1 score that you then punted, and then the Ravens were driving, and you thought they're going to score again. We're going to be down 14 points. This is going to be a problem. Is this the game over already? They want it more than we do because they're still fighting for their division. But then Derrick Henry spills the ball, punched out, and that really changed the game. I think that changed the momentum, or certainly stopped their momentum. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, it really seemed to flip a switch, which was, if you're a Ravens fan, or if you're, that was quite unfortunate for them and quite disappointing. As just a fan of the sport, it was great for us, obviously, as Patriots fans, but it isn't great to see that just sort of one small thing really switches a team like that, particularly when this team has got such potential. So sort of, because it's the festive season, little feelings go out for the Ravens fans just for a moment. No, okay, we'll move it on.
I don't know about that. Let's not go too far.
I'm sorry, I said the word feelings again. My bad. On my bad list, I have the defense, especially the run defense. But injuries are becoming a situation, and the coverage of Titans. I noticed that on my Titandage notes, as I have plenty. It was they left in the first quarter, left the tight end open, 2 usual. End of second quarter, again not covering Andrews. Defense not shutting down the Titans again. I seem to have this pretty much every game. They need some assistance on defense on covering Titans.
They do. They don't have it locked down. I think tight ends this season have been a problem throughout the league. I think they've generally been.
Anybody want to send me a plane ticket? I will gladly.
But yeah, no, I'd agree. And I guess we'll have to see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. See what the matchups are. What tight ends you might be coming up against in the postseason. But that could be a kryptonite. That could be a problem when we get there.
Titans can be a kryptonite for some. It has been said. So
that's fair.
Any more for your bads? Because I want to ask you a festive. And have injuries to talk about.
We do have injuries to talk about. So let's ask you, how was Claire's ref watch?
No, I've got some swear words in my notes.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I won't repeat them because it's a family show.
Just use some letters. Use some letters to indicate.
Oh, yeah. There was definitely a WTAF multiple times.
Okay.
definitely. The OPI on Booty, it was like really
Ridiculous.
just weak. Just this isn't. It was another. I think it was the Bills game, wasn't it? And Marcus Jones made a catch, and then they gave the catch to the Bills. Am I remembering correctly? Am I picturing it correctly?
You're probably right.
It was the Bills game, wasn't it? And it was like, but they gave the ball to the Bills and confirmed it a catch for them, and it was like, that's so wrong. You could put a 5-year-old in front of this and they would be able to explain it better and pick it better. And exactly the same thing happened in this game. I understand little ticky-tacky things that are difficult to read being called one way or another. When something is blatant, then yeah, don't get me fired up.
Roughing the passer as well was a particularly bad flag.
It's just ugh. Yeah, that's all there is. The refs are on the naughty list, the bad list.
So they're getting cold for Christmas, are they?
For this year, actually, yes. This year.
So what were the questions you were going to have? You said you had some.
I wanted to mention. No, I had a festive, like, who was on your. Yeah, a second. I just wanted to mention because I found it interesting, and I don't know if everybody's heard it. So if you haven't heard Vrabel's presser, I just wanted to give this bit of information because I like to be useful occasionally.
Which presser was this?
Vrabel. I don't know which day it was.
Okay.
I think it was straight after the game. He explained that Kyle Williams' illegal formation penalty wasn't Williams' fault because he thought Mumford was as a tight end, not as a right tackle, because Moses had come out of the game and it wasn't communicated properly to Kyle Williams, and Vrabel kind of took responsibility for that. And I found that very interesting. So if anybody else finds that interesting, there you go. There's that bit of information just to let you know that if you were annoyed with Williams, it kind of wasn't on him because there was a bit of a lack of breakdown of communication. Now, I'm not saying this is a good / bad thing. I'm just giving the information because when I discovered it, I found it interesting. But these things happen. I'm not throwing a spotlight on it to be like, oh, this is terrible, bad communication. It was just the information. These things happen in teams. These things happen in the NFL. It is what it is. It was just when I came across that, I made a note because I wanted to share. That's kind of it, really. So there you go. Yes. So this year, because it's festive, because it's Christmas, we've got a little bit of time because of your festive calendar. There's many on the nice list, obviously. But is there any Patriots that you think should be on the naughty list this year? I don't mean from the Ravens game. That's kind of moved on now. I mean, just in general, as we're closing out the year, really. Is there anybody on your bad list, on your naughty list?
Oh,
don't say me.
I don't think there's any bad or naughty. If you want to stretch it, it feels maybe a little bit harsh, maybe. But I would say, like, Davis hasn't been as hot as I thought he was going to be. He's almost he's not massively disappointed me, but he's underwhelmed a bit. I have not been as whelmed as I thought I would be. Let's put it that way. So I don't think he's on a naughty bad list, but he's not quite performed as high a level as I thought he was. I thought we were going to have possibly two of the best cornerbacks in the league this year. He's not performed quite as well as I'd hoped. Does that count then? Have you got any?
I don't. It's because they've mostly exceeded expectation, haven't they, this team, because we're at like 12-3 and people didn't expect it. That's why I prefaced it with, I get that there's many on the nice list, and it was, is there anyone on your naughty list sort of thing, more than anything, but not really. Like you said, you're pushing it to add somebody for the sake of it. So
yeah, I think so. I think you're pushing it really. There's no one that's And if you'd asked me before the season, I probably would have thought, I bet someone like Diggs is going to be on a naughty list because he's going to throw his toys out of the pram and it's not going to go as well as he'd like, etc. But quite the opposite. I think he's been almost pivotal to the ethos of the team, to the identity of the team. Like, great week this week, 135 yards. His sort of almost team mentality, the way he supports his peers, and doesn't seem the selfishness, the divaness that we thought was going to arrive. I'd say he could be the opposite.
Yeah. So, injuries. During the game, Diggs went out, but he returned. Shoulder, he pointed to. Henderson went out, concussion, and he's now in concussion protocol. We had Mumford out with a knee, Moses with a knee illness, defensive tackle Joshua Farmer with the hamstring, and he's now gone to IR, so that's it for him for the season. Woods ankle, Pop Douglas nursing hamstring now, and Tonga with a foot that was concerning. Booty and Jared Wilson are also in concussion protocol now. So
Tonga, I feel like I've seen something on Tonga as well. Keep talking.
Don't you love how prepared he comes, folks? So prepared. So as we move into discussing the Jets game, I suppose there is a slight concern that they're quite depleted. And there's the worry about sitting guys that you might need. But how much, like you mentioned, how much do you want the win? How much do you need the win? How much do you want to go on the road? That sort of thing. I can't imagine this is a team that wants to end the season with 2 losses. Just from a taking each game as it comes situation. It's very difficult now because they're in the situation we didn't expect. I guess most of us didn't expect, in a way, of looking at the playoffs and seeing what they need to be able to get further in the playoffs. So that's another interesting thing that we haven't had to worry about for 2, maybe 3 years. Just a quick note while you're doing that. They did mention, I think it was last night, so as we record this on Christmas Eve, it was the night before, that the Patriots has signed centre/guard Brendan James, I believe it is. No, Jameis, to the 53. And running back Elijah Mitchell and wide receiver Brandon Smith, but they were both to the practice squad, which is quite interesting because Mitchell's quite a fast guy. He ran a 4.3. He ran a 4.340. So yeah. Apologies if I got any of those names wrong. My writing's really bad this morning. I think I've had too much coffee. Yeah. So something to, let's say, be concerned about. I try not to be all like, oh yeah, let's be concerned about things, but it's that time of year though, isn't it, where you've got guys who, particularly the likes of Morgan Moses, who is, further along in his career, they are getting worn out because they're playing so full on, and that's great. And it's the sport, really, isn't it? It's what they're employed to do. But little bit concerning all the concussion protocols with Booty, Wilson, and Henderson. That's not great. You don't want to see injuries, but for me, that's like a really concerning one. In all fairness, the concussion protocol. But anyway, did you have a Tonga thing?
They reckon he's out 2 weeks, so he should be back for postseason. Might see out the season though.
Okie dokie. Should we move on to the Jets? We should probably
let's move on to the Jets. Let's move on to the Jets.
Because we haven't touched on the Pro Bowl with Gonzalez and May going to the Pro Bowl, or being nominated for the Pro Bowl, sorry, I should say. But yeah, I don't really have any words on that, to be fair. I just have, there you go, there's the information.
Well, I think May is probably, in my opinion, in position to be certainly an MVP contender. I think he's possibly in line to win, maybe. I don't know, actually. I was going to say he could win Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC. But when you look at what Jonathan Taylor did for most of the season, he might be a contender, but might not be. But Drake May's been awesome. He is one, I would say, you could say has been a breakout season for him.
Oh,
he's gone to the next level.
Completely.
Fully deserving.
Yeah.
Fully deserving. Gonzo, I think, has been good. I don't think he's been lights out. I think he's been good.
Question. Marcus Jones was kind of people saying Marcus Jones was snubbed. Would you personally, if you had to choose between Marcus Jones and Gonzo, based on their performance this year, not what you think of the player in general, who would you have put in the Pro Bowl? Who would you have nominated? Would it have been Gonzo or would it have been Marcus Jones? Just curious.
It's a good question. The tough part about that is that because I do think Marcus Jones had a great season, phenomenal season, and I'm very pleased that they tied him up partway through the season on a new contract. The difficulty is that Marcus Jones has been a brilliant number 3 corner, whereas Gonzo each week has usually got the toughest assignment, and Gonzo plays better. I think he's the better cornerback. Marcus Jones has been a brilliant number 3. He's elevated the game. He's played incredibly well. He hasn't been our best corner every week. I do think that's been Gonzo. So when you're in a position in a Pro Bowl and you're essentially needing to pick the 3 best cornerbacks in the conference, then to be fair, Marcus Jones probably isn't on that list because he's not even the number 1 in the team. But for his role, he's been exceptional this year. Does that answer it without answering it pretty well?
Well, to be honest, it was just your opinion on the matter. It was just, I know that a lot of people are glad Gonzo's been nominated, got in, whatever you want to call it. But a lot were sort of saying that it was shade thrown against Marcus Jones because he's played so well this year. So I was just really interested on what you felt in regards to those 2 players. So yeah, it was no right or wrong. It was just what your opinion was. So the New Jersey Jets, December 28th on the road. Oh, I didn't realize that. Sorry. Yes. So bats are off to Jersey. What are you thinking? The 3-12 Jets. You did say
so.
That
I mean, this is they would love.
As well. This is interesting.
They would love to be spoiler, wouldn't they? And they're also, as they've put on IR, Justin Fields.
I told you that.
No, I don't think you did. I'm sure Adam Chester.
Yeah, I never get credit or appreciation for anything that I do, folks.
But they'd love to play spoiler. Pats are going to win this comfortably, is my prediction. They've had a hat and t-shirt game last week, and they didn't succeed in achieving it. They've got a second one now. I think they're going to turn that loss last week against the Bills into a learning positive experience, and they're going to make sure it doesn't happen twice.
It's not a hat and t-shirt game. Yeah, because it's not technically a hat and t-shirt game for the Pats unless the Bills lose. From what I understand. I would double check my facts.
You might be right.
But I was pretty sure that the last thing I heard was it isn't a hat and t-shirt game for the Patriots unless the Bills lose.
You're probably right.
17 game. So you like how we just can't quite manage to say you're right.
Well,
it's Christmas, folks. This is what I have to deal with.
I thought the tiebreakers you'd have with the Bills would mean that it would be enough division victories, but maybe it obviously isn't. So
I don't think it is. I could be wrong. I am holding my hands up and saying
no, you're probably right.
But the last thing that I found was it wasn't. And what's your Jets prediction?
I think it will finish 30-13, I'll say.
30-13.
Comfortable.
I think that's what I predicted. Let me just double check.
You're copying me. Ugh.
No. You predicted 31-13 the last time they played the Jets.
I can't remember what the final score was in that game, but yeah.
27-14.
Close. I was pretty close.
Yeah. I think that's the one that I gave you a shout out for being as close as
I won a sandwich for. Thank you.
No, No.
So, what's your prediction, Claire?
You got a shout out. That's what
Shout out
you
on my
got,
own
and you'll
show,
like
winner.
it. No. I tweeted it. I tweeted some appreciation. Hey, I'm nice to you every time that I tweet out the show. I say something very nice about you. I'm very appreciative of you as my co-host. I'm predicting 27-7. Pats.
7. Wow. So they're going to score once, and that's it.
Yep.
Or you go. Well, technically they could score 3 times, but
No.
Yeah, they could. They get 2 safeties in a
field
goal.
Not going to be that. No, that's not what. No, that's not where I was going with that one. That's way too complex. Are we done? Can we give people their Christmas back now?
So, how high are you feeling on the number 1 seed? The Broncos have to. If the Pats win out, the Broncos have to win out. But Broncos need to match the Pats' results.
Okay.
They play the Chiefs this week, who might be down to their 3rd starting quarterback. I think.
Gardner Minshew has not a torn ACL, but he from what I understand. So I don't know if he will be playing as of this moment as we record this, to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you, genuinely, to save you time of going on about it. It's not something I've been thinking about, and I hate to be a bit like cliche and it's because what coach has been saying, but I have been taking it a game at a time, just because of the surprise at how well they have been progressing. But then we'll see a first half like we did against the Ravens, and you're a bit like, oh no, and things like this. So genuinely not looking at it that far ahead, just taking it each step as it comes, kind of thing. So yeah. Ask me after the Finns game when we actually know.
Okay, we know the answer, of course. Do you want the number 1 seed, or like we were saying earlier about if they're road warriors? Do you want all the games at Gillette?
Ideally, as many benefits as possible is great, but genuinely, again, I haven't really thought about it. I haven't really looked at it. It's just been, wow, we're here. We're heading to the playoffs. How many shows am I going to have to do before I get to take time off?
Are there any, looking at the AFC only, are there any teams that you fear or want to avoid?
I did, and now I'm
not sure. As seedings play out?
Like, the Seahawks are being a bit
That's
scary.
NFC, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I meant more in the Pats. So Broncos, Pats, Jaguars, Chargers, and Bills have all clinched their playoff positions. The seeding yet to be confirmed. Steelers and Texans are in the driving seat. I do think the Steelers are going to beat the Browns to get their division. Texans will probably get theirs as well, as we'll get the 7th seed. Is there anyone there in that list that you fear, or that you don't want to play at home, or you don't want to play away? Like, for example, with the Bills thingy, there is no way we're going to play them away. But like, do you think, oh, hang on, I want them again because I want to make up for that game last week? Or do you think, oh, I'll be nervous if we're playing them in the postseason after what they did last week?
Both. I want to trash the Bills so badly, but they are still a formidable contender who make me nervous. And I don't want to admit that, but it's true. They do still make me nervous. And yeah, I felt so good after the win earlier in the season, and so not good after the loss later in the season. So if I really had to choose, as much as I am torn, it is a case of I really want that satisfaction of obliterating the Bills. I don't think I can express how delicious that would be for me because of how much I hate the Bills. But there is still that's still that awareness of they're a good team, they're still a good team, and you only beat them once this season. So tricky one, I think. Do you have an answer on that one?
I do think the Bills are the strongest team. Obviously, they're unlikely. I don't think it's impossible, but they're unlikely to be the number one seed or even in their division. So they're going to be a lower seed. But of the teams that are there, I would say they're the one with the most pedigree of being there recently, wanting it the most. They've got a superhero who can, like we said earlier,
really?
He can just put the team on his back and.
No, give me the Bills. I want the Bills. I want to smash the Bills because I'm so sick of this Josh Allen wearing his cape. He puts on his cape. He's a Superman. Oh, the amount of swear words that want to come out of my mouth right now are ridiculous. That won't, because we try and keep this a family show. So I just
but do you not think it's accurate?
No.
You think the Bills are a well-rounded team? Because you were just saying how good they are.
Yeah, I wasn't saying that he wasn't good and that he didn't carry the team and all that jazz. He's not a superhero. Oh no. Can we move on before I don't want to end the show in this mood? We need to give people their Christmas back. We've gone well over, folks. So I hope that you've enjoyed this extra long Christmas.
Hang on.
I know, but I need to get something in quick. No, I know, but I need to get something in quick before I forget because my memory is terrible. Very quickly, before Chudders continues with his, I apologise. I need to plug a Claire Perspective mailbag episode. So if you haven't sent me over a question, and you want to, please go over to @Clazzy Clare on X, Twix, Twitter. I'll try and check the comments for this show, but I'm guessing people probably won't put them in there anyway. They'll go on to Twitter. So mailbag is still open, folks. Christmas Eve, it's still open. Get your questions in there. They don't have to be completely Patriots related. They can be NFL related. They can be festive related. No blue ones, please. Family show and all that kind of stuff.
You get lots of blue ones normally. Wow.
No,
that's a show. That's a show for a paywall for you.
It was a joke. It was a joke. But yes, folks.
Please, no. I'll tell you what. Send your blue questions for Claire to me, and so at least I can vet them first. Because now I'm intrigued.
Nobody would send them anyway.
What you're receiving? Wow.
I'm not. It was a joke. That was all. It was funny, too much caffeine and all that jazz. So no, I was just being silly. But yes, please go over to the socials and get your questions in there, folks, so I can bring you a after Christmas fun show. Because the more people that send in, the more questions I can answer, the more fun it is, hopefully, and all that. So please, there we go. No, it took a time out now. Carry on.
So, the question I was going to have with you, obviously, Christmas Day tomorrow. What is the Patriots gift you would like to receive? And I don't mean like, a new shirt, but like on the field, sort of a Christmas wish for this.
Is this to answer now?
Yeah, it is. I'm putting you on the spot. I'm not giving you any prep for this.
Okay. A healthy team going into next season. A healthy team. A team that is healthy and building, basically.
Interesting. So not even just for the rest of the. I was similar to you, but I wanted it for the rest of the season. I'm not giving up on this season yet.
No.
But you want it just for next season. That's fine.
No. I thought you meant for next year. I apologise. No,
so I'd like to win a sandwich for Claire giving up on this season. She's hoping we're healthy in next year.
See, now I need a sandwich for you not listening to me and twisting things that I say.
Doesn't sound like a thing I'd do. Yeah, no, I'm gonna wish for the O-line to come back fit and healthy.
Yeah.
Campbell, did you see him at the Bruins game rip his shirt off and down a pint?
I did. Yes. Bless him. He's just a lad.
He's just a lad. And I'll warn you now, we can do similar
that from you at the end of the show.
If you give me enough time, I might have.
It's a bit early for a pint.
There's Christmas tradition in the cricket team I play for that we all have to down a pint as early as possible in the day. So you might be finding out tomorrow that this is not too early.
Good to know. I think we should end on that because that's a fun one. Are you done for your patriotsness for now? I mean, we will be back next week, folks. Pretty much, we just don't know when. So we will be back with you before the end of 2025. We're just not 100% sure what, because of obviously festiveness and family and work and so on and so forth. But to wrap up, we do want to thank everybody that has tuned in, listened, put up with us, and interacted in regards to our little show. We do appreciate everybody. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, we hope that you have a good day tomorrow. If you do, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and everything that comes in between. So, as they say, from him, from me, Merry Christmas. Tune in next time. And as always, go Pats.
Ho, 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 LFG.